What up, YouTube Live? How's it going, everybody? Second time live streaming today. I just love live streaming. It's just like direct connection, between you and me. And I get to put out there the video without, editing, without the hassle of converting to whatever file I want to convert it to. So, enough of that rambling. Enough of that rambling. I just want to give you right now my review of The Walking Dead Season 9, Episode 8, titled Evolution. Heads up, spoiler alert, this video contains spoilers. Yes. All right, so I do this on a weekly basis every Sunday, and tonight is the mid-season finale, mid-season 9 finale. So after tonight, we're gonna have a break, a hiatus, and then The Walking Dead usually comes back in February. Now, let's before I break down the episode tonight, moment by moment, subplot by subplot, I just want to say, holy crap! I did not expect them to kill off Jesus. So, before this season started, of course, the news out there was about, oh my God, Rick is going to leave. Andrew Lincoln, Rick Grimes is going to leave The Walking Dead. Oh my God, Maggie, Lauren Cohen, she's going to leave The Walking Dead because she has a new show now. And, but actor Tom Payne, who plays Jesus, and who has played Jesus for the past few seasons, there was no news of him leaving, so him actually getting killed off tonight was like, whoa, that was like a curveball, man. I did not see that coming at all. I'm gonna miss him. Yeah. Now you can say, Rama, maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just, wounded. Maybe a stab to the back, straight up. Maybe it's not fatal. Maybe if by February we see him recuperating in a hospital bed, just like Rosita, then hey, that's good, man. I'm leaving myself some wiggle room there in case I'm wrong. But in the case if he is dead, then wow. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Tom Payne. I think he's a fantastic actor. I've seen an advertisement last year for his other independent movie. I was gonna check that out. I just haven't gotten around to check it. It was like an independent sci-fi movie, and I believe he's British, Tom Payne. So I believe the movie was made in Britain. But anyway, that was a shocker tonight. Let's go break it down moment by moment. First up, as I mentioned earlier in the live stream, Rocking It with Rama Screen show, I told you that the reason why the walkers could whisper or speak or communicate is because they're not actual walkers. They are a community called the Whisperers, led by a leader named Alpha, played by Oscar nominee Samantha Morton. I was hoping for her to show up in this episode tonight, but I guess they're saving her for the premiere of the mid-season 9 finale. I mean, mid-season, or the premiere of the second half of season 9, which I believe usually starts in February. So hopefully we'll see her there. I think she is an incredible, phenomenal actress from the movie In America and Minority Report. Other movies that you've seen also in the past. First up, though, I want to talk a bit about the whole relationship between Negan and Gabe. I find their interaction very interesting. I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm getting the vibe as if Gabe, maybe out of his reason for consulting or being the guy to listen to Negan, maybe because he got nothing else better to do. He doesn't have a congregation or a sheep to shepherd, right? So to speak. So he's there spending time with Negan a lot, and Negan is like being Negan. He's like, what in the world? So he's just playing with his balls, like, playing catch with himself, and I'm like, what are you babbling about? It's not you're not gonna get through to me. To Negan, something that Gabe is probably thinking like, maybe I could get through to Negan. Maybe I could actually talk some sense. Maybe I could probably even get him to, I don't know, be willing to baptize, whatever religious stuff here. But Negan is having none of that. So I find that to be very amusing. Um, and by now, as you know, Gabe is in a relationship with Rosita, and so Negan kind of cracks a joke about that too. That whole interaction is just like it's like the odd couple, man. It's like what of all the pairings, um, obviously, as you know, Jesus and Daryl are looking for Eugene. Eugene's missing from last week's episode. Um, Rosita's in the hilltop recuperating in this tonight's episode, and the other subplot is that Michonne and these new people, 6 people, group of people, they have reached the hilltop. Now, I mentioned in my note here, I wrote, if you've seen tonight's episode, you'll notice that there's a bit of an animosity. You can sense in the air something's up between the hilltop and Michonne. Um, and then I remember because I was like, when I saw that, I was like, okay, did I miss something? Like, did I overlook a conflict or an argument? What the hell? And I remember that the show, did a time jump, right? So it's like 5 or 6 years ahead. That's why little ass kicker Judith is now, growing up a little bit. Um, so I'm thinking, that that is one of the advantages or the benefits of the story doing a time jump, because now the writers could set something like this, like an animosity, like or or situations where it makes you wonder, the audience is like, whoa, 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 what happened? We didn't get to see that. And so the writers would have, whenever they want to have a filler episode, how The Walking Dead sometimes have fillers episodes, they could probably have the option. They have the options of doing a flashback to some of those missing links, if you will. So yeah, I'm thinking like maybe we'll get to see what actually happened to Maggie, and whether or not it has to do with Michonne, whatever is whatever went down during those 5 6 years. So that will be, you know, uh, like a weapon, or an ammunition or a stockpile in the back of the head of the writers whenever they want to reach into those pockets to pull them out for episodes to fill the season. So that's my theory, at least. Um, Another subplot that's going on, is regarding Henry. Henry is, um, obviously, as you know, the godson of Ezekiel and Carol. Ezekiel and Carol took care of Henry since he was a little boy. Now he's a teenager. And guess what? Holy crap. Just like any other teenager, Henry has a crush on somebody who doesn't view him the same way. We've all been there, my friend. We've all been there. Yep, yep. It's called friend zone. So Henry has a crush on Enid, but Enid is getting it on with Cal McAuliffe's character named Alden. So there's this budding romance between Alden and Enid, and Henry's like, crap, I like Enid. Why does she have to go for him instead of me? Oh, woe me. Yeah, yeah. Teenagers, right? Teenagers are the most emotional, man. We've all been there. We're led by our emotions, and when we fall for somebody, we fall hard. We fall really, really hard. That it's difficult to just like shake it off and move on. So just like any teenagers, Henry finds himself a couple of new friends, or three friends, I should say, and they go out and be teenagers. They have this dangerous game involving a walker. They get drunk. As we watch them, as I watch them, I'm like, stupid, stupid kids. What are you doing? What are you doing out there? What are you doing getting drunk without backup, without people surrounding you that you know? It's like, what are you doing? You're gonna die. What the hell? You're gonna get killed out there because of your stupidity. But I'm watching that. I'm seeing that from an adult perspective, and then I'm thinking like, oh, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I was stupid too. When I get really angry, because teenagers are often angry, um, I lash it out. On, I don't know, alcohol, whatever, what have you name it. Um, so yeah, that's the arc that this episode and this show wants to have for Henry. Um, I think Henry is an interesting character. I haven't read the comic books. I'm just a fan of the show. If you've read the comic books and you know what happens to Henry, please do share in the comment section below. But um, it'll be cool. It'll be cool if Henry wises up, as an apprentice, and eventually becomes a leader. You know, right now we see him stumbling along the way, because he's a kid, he doesn't know any better, he's an idealist, he thinks he knows everything. Teenagers do that a lot. Um, and so he has to learn from his mistakes, from one mistake to the next. And it'll be cool that if he finally reaches that point of maturity and everybody looks up to him as a leader, that'd be pretty cool. We'll see. We shall see. Maybe it's in The Walking Dead season 37, because the show never ends. Um, okay, so Daryl and the gang find Eugene, and Eugene tells them, it's like, God, this is not. Listen to me. This is not your normal herd. All right, this is not the herd that we usually deal with. And Jesus and Daryl notice that too, because they know a pattern of the herd. They know how to. By this time, they're experts, so they know how to drive a herd of walkers away. They know how to divert, or they know how to distract them. They know how to. So this herd doesn't behave the way a herd should, and that baffles them. Now, I mentioned in the previous video, before I knew about the Whisperers community, I mentioned to you, like, holy crap, they could speak. Maybe they are evolving. And guess what? That's the that's the theory that Eugene has too. And it's like, because the brain is not necessarily dead, that's why it's The Walking Dead. Maybe the brain evolves and now they can speak and communicate with each other. But turns out, nope, it's the Whisperer, the Whisperers community. So by the end of tonight's episode, when they kill off Jesus, and Daryl kills the guys who killed Jesus, and Daryl takes off the mask from one of them, and it reveals a human face, and that cracks me up a bit also, because basically the Whisperers are behaving the way that actors or extras on The Walking Dead behave. They put on their dead costume, dead makeup, or walker makeup, walker costume, and they become, zombies, right? Yeah, so that's basically that's basically the Whisperers. They're actors acting as zombies. So I just find that interesting. I know it's a cheesy way to put it. And also, Negan gets out of the prison cell. Somebody actually unlocks that prison cell. My theory is probably Gabe. I'm not sure what game Gabe is playing here. Now, I'm hoping by this point, after 5 to 6 years of imprisonment, I hope that Negan has become decent. That that when he's out, when he breaks himself out, that he's not doing something evil or starts killing people anymore. Hopefully by this time, I'm hoping I can only hope that by this time he grows some kind of an affinity for the Alexandria community. But hey, I may be naive. Maybe Negan is still Negan. Maybe Negan hasn't changed. Maybe when he busts out of that jail cell, um, the first thing he'll do is find a weapon and starts doing his thing, right? Now, before I end this video review, I just want to say that whole scene of Daryl, Jesus, and Eugene out in the woods, with their flashlight on, and you could tell that the fog is heavy, the fog is thick. That's some scary shit, man. I know The Walking Dead has had a lot of scary scenes out in the woods at night, but I'm just putting myself, imagining putting myself out there in the woods. I've been out in the woods before at night, and it's the scariest shit ever. If you turn off your light, boom, that's it. If you're hoping that the moonlight will kind of help, it doesn't. And to make things worse, a fog that thick, whoo, you're once you're lost, man, in the woods with that thick of fog, with that dead of night, that's it. You're gone. You're gonna have to be a really good tracker like Daryl to find your way back home. So that's just my quick side note of observation, because man, I have mad respect for those characters, man. Because I don't know if I think I'd be too chicken shit to even try to find Eugene. But yeah, they're ballsy people. Um, Overall, it's a pretty good mid-season 9 finale. Nothing too mind-blowing. Um, Again, I wish they had shown Samantha Morton, but I guess they're gonna show her for the second half. Um, it's good for what it is. I got no complaints about this mid-season 9 finale. Um, it's an okay introduction to the Whisperers. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. I got no more thoughts about it than that. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this mid-season 9 finale? Are some of your questions answered by this episode, or do you think this episode just raises more curiosity or confusion on your part? What do you want to see happen in the second half of the season 9? What do you want to see depicted, or what do you want to see play out? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, subscribe to my channel and ring the bell whenever you can, if you want to get notified of new videos. And if you can help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this.